Welcome to the United Colors of Design podcast, here to open a deeper conversation about color and how it impacts your designs, art forms, mood, and journey on this planet.
Hello. Welcome, rainbow warriors and color lovers from around the world. I am so excited that you have decided to listen. We have got a really amazing edition this January 1st, 2022. I can't believe it's 2022 already. Wow. This is United Colors of Design, and I am Amy Bell, the founder and creative director, and this is my editorial for this edition. It's entitled, What Does Orange Have to Do with Bunnies? I know it sounds like an odd title and has nothing to do with orange. However, just keep listening. I will take you down the path. The last month has been a huge lesson in what it means to work with orange sacral energy for me. As all of you were enjoying the choral edition, we here at United Colors of Design have been preparing and producing the orange edition, and it is a doozy. When you read through the magazine, you're going to find out all you ever wanted to know about orange. Every writer is taking a look at their area of expertise through the lens of orange. So I'm going to allow them to give you all the juicy details. What I'd like to do is show you how orange showed up for me in just the last 4 weeks. Honestly, I can't believe the changes that have occurred in such a short period of time. So here it goes. On each cover, I list the 3 most positive aspects of each color. Orange is all about creativity and manifestation and sexuality. Pretty amazing aspects for sure. So I was geared up to experience a wicked awesome quarter full of creative inspiration, thinking my dreams into being, and fabulous sex. Like, who wouldn't be excited for all that? Am I right? There's a plot twist though. What transpired was a completely different orange story. What I and a few of the writers actually needed were the properties of orange that led to deep spiritual healing in the areas of overwhelm, shock, and creative blocks. And once we faced the dark side of orange, the positive aspects were able to shine through. Did they show up the way we originally thought when we started this orange journey? No. Were they equally beautiful and insightful? Yes, ma'am. Inside this edition, you will find articles giving you tips on how to manifest like a rock star and how to remove the blocks to creativity. Because the fact of the matter is, the free flow of creativity, no matter how it manifests for you, is dependent on getting that orange sacral energy spinning brightly. Here's my analogy. You know those spinny wheels in the playground, the ones where you grab the bar and run like mad to get it going, and then you hop on? Like, they're really fun, right? But sometimes there's a gross muddy moat that settles in the groove around the wheel, and no one wants to be the runner. We used to settle that messy job with rock, paper, scissors to see who had to trudge through the muck and get the wheel going while the others sat and enjoyed the ride. Needless to say, this issue, we have some who won rock, paper, scissors and some that lost. Those that won found the writing process for orange fun and easy and joyful, where those that should have picked rock wound up getting dirty shoes and soaked socks before seeing the great side of orange. I should have picked rock. My orange lessons started around the end of November, when 2 of my writers, who also should have picked rock, texted on the same day to tell me they were very sorry, but just too overwhelmed to submit an article for this edition. They were creatively out of juice, even though we all thought orange would be an easy color for each of them to write about. Being the helpful person that I am, I attempted to save the day by offering fabulous topic ideas that would inspire them to write their best article ever. Insert truth bomb here. Being helpful, quote unquote, by trying to save the day was me activating my need to please orange pattern. My orange shadow needed the praise and accolades that I would get for being the muse that ignited their creative flow. The more I tried to help by pushing my orange agenda, the more overwhelmed they felt. After recognizing that my orange shadow was beginning to take over, I sent them each a note letting them off the hook. I reminded them that this was supposed to be a fun experience, and if they were feeling overwhelmed, it was fine with me if they needed to sit this ride out. Another truth bomb. Although I was disappointed that the two of my favorite writers weren't going to be in this orange edition, I knew I had to stop fighting it into being and just allow. The truth is, forcing creativity only produces an inauthentic message, and that is definitely not what we're after here. Once I stopped trying to rule the roost, the universe was able to take over. Both writers are very familiar with color and the shadows that can be activated when working with them. Luckily for all of us, both of these kick-ass light workers took this resistance as a sign to do some work around orange to see what was coming up for them. After inner reflection, meditation, and a whole lot of swearing and tears, both handed in their columns, and both stories are brave and brilliant examples of the healing properties of orange. 2 weeks later, another orange lesson. A year and a half ago, we, and by we I mean my man, rescued a little Yorkie named Amy. Hello, how could I say no? She was a blind, deaf old girl who was surprisingly active and not at all bothered by having to bonk her way around her new home. Although she was 14 and in pretty bad shape when we got her, it was only just 2 weeks ago that her health led us to making that dreaded call to the vet. I had no idea that this quirky little furball would have such a big impact in such a short period of time. I also found it interesting that she transitioned while working on the orange edition. I reached out to my color mentor, Moira Bush, and she reminded me that animals have an orange aura. So this is why we use orange bottles when working with animals. The fact that Amy decided it was her time during our orange edition and not any of the other colors we've worked on so far meant to me that she was content to go. She went full circle, born in orange and leaving in orange. From a numerology perspective, the date we leave this planet is as significant as the date we arrive. Amy left us on December 13th, 2021. This is a 3-day, and in color mirrors, 3 is represented by the color coral, the color of our last edition. So interesting how the universe works. Even though it was her time, even though she had a great life, and even though we provided her with a great last hurrah, the shock and trauma, which is orange, of making the decision to end her life has not been easy to shake. But orange has a sneaky way of healing wounds and supporting us in moving forward. 1 week later, another orange lesson. My stepson has been bugging us for years to get a hamster. Do you know how difficult it is to tell those big brown eyes that there is no way on earth we're getting a hamster? Actually, it's not that difficult at all. There was no way I was getting a hamster or any other animal for that matter, and I had no problem telling him. December 23rd, he and I were in the pet store getting some kitty litter for our BBK, also known as Big Beautiful Kitty, Trixie. And Trixie is another geriatric pet that came with my man. So she too is spending her last days at Amy and Brian's retirement home for wayward animals. We stopped by the hamster cages, and honestly, I was an inch away from breaking when, thank God, the fire alarm went off in the store. I gave my head a shake and left with the other grateful parents who were getting away unscathed. That night, though, I could not sleep. I was consumed with searching for hamster cages on Marketplace, desperate to make this kid's Christmas one for the books, but something was holding me back. And then I saw it. A photo of the cutest bunny I have ever seen. I woke up Christmas Eve on a mission. The boys had gone to their mothers for the day, and after they left, I looked at Brian and asked him what he thought about getting a bunny. And anyone who knows him knows he has a weakness for animals, and I knew this wasn't going to be a hard sell. I was supposed to be the hard sell. So with that out of the way, he was increasingly excited about the idea. Remember the Cabbage Patch and Tickle Me Elmo frenzies from years ago? Well, they had nothing on Amy and Brian's Great Rabbit Adventure of 2021. By the time the boys got home from their moms, we had not one, but two, don't ask me, of the cutest bunnies in our kitchen. We told the boys they were allowed to open one of their gifts, but it had to be the gift we chose. And I will never forget their faces. Shock, joy, disbelief, but mostly joy. I can't believe how much life was sprinkled into the house just by inviting these two creatures in. Truth bomb? I was the one who needed some joy. Yes, I love what I do. I love my life and all the people in it, but I had no idea what I was missing until these two hopped in. Orange is known as the life of the party color. And let me tell you, these two, Jet and Ollie, or at least we think they're Jet and Ollie. They could be Jet and Holly, sex to be determined, hopefully before 20 of them join us. They certainly are the life of the party. So what are my lessons from Orange? Stop being a control freak and allow the universe to flow as it should. Give others the freedom to be creative without restraint. Tears and F-bombs go hand in hand with Orange lessons. Don't forget to breathe. If you can't personally be the life of the party, invite someone or bunnies who are and enjoy the ride. And don't worry, be hoppy. Yep, I'm one of those people now.